Welcome to Q&A Friday. I'm your host, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states. Today's question is, should you buy a QLAC for the tax savings? I get this question a lot because I am the dude that wrote the first book on QLACs when they first came out in 2014. So people will call me up and say, hey, Stan, should I buy a QLAC just to save taxes? The answer is a pound the table no. There's three reasons to buy a QLAC, and I'm going to give them to you in order of the reasons to consider them. The first reason is a future lifetime income stream using your IRA assets and to combat inflation. Okay, so you have income starting at future dates as far out as age 85, but it doesn't have to be that far. But that's when the IRS taps you on the shoulder and goes, hey, by the way, it's kind of like Office Space, that movie. We need you to start taking income. So 85 is as far out as you can go. Okay, so that's the first reason. The second reason that you would decide to buy QLAC is you can add your spouse as a joint lifetime income participant. So it's your IRA, your name's on the IRA. It's been your IRA. It's not their IRA. It's your IRA, but you can add your spouse for joint lifetime income. What a legacy play, right? They've been putting up with your rear end for all these decades, and you get to add them for lifetime income. So when they drive back from your funeral and they cry just briefly, and they go by the bank, they glance at the bank and go, oh yeah, the QLAC payment's still gonna hit uninterrupted and unchanged for me. Isn't that cool? So that's the second reason. The third reason to consider buying a QLAC are the tax savings. It's the third reason. Okay, so if you say first or second reason you're doing it for that, then the third reason is just to pile on as cherry on top of the cake, as they say in the South. But you do not buy it for the tax savings. Now, let's talk about that part of it. At the time of this taping, please look at the date, please look at the date, please look at the date, because the government, our friends at the Department of Treasury and the IRS, who introduced these QLACs, Qualified Longevity Annuity Contracts, in 2014, they're always kind of changing the rules and trying to make it a little bit more pro-consumer. At the time of this taping, you can put in $200,000 total if you have an IRA. If your spouse has an IRA, they can do the same thing. And that's allegedly is going to increase with inflation. Let's hope that is true. But when you go to calculate your required minimum distributions, your RMDs at the time of this tape, and again, that's going to change, but now it's 73, and you go to take RMDs, that amount of money that you place in a QLAC is not used, is deducted from the calculation. So let's just say you had, $500,000 IRA and you bought a $200,000 QLAC. When you go to do your RMDs on your non-annuity assets, you're going to calculate that on $300,000, not the $500,000, because you bought the $200,000 QLAC. Got it? Good. But you don't buy a QLAC just for the tax savings. Why? Good question. Is because QLACs are irrevocable lifetime income products. Keyword irrevocable. Ripping the knob off the water faucet. You're going to get income. We can structure it so that if your Learjet hits the mountain, money goes to the beneficiaries, and that evil annuity company never keeps a penny, even though they're on the hook contractually to pay as long as you're breathing. But you never buy a QLAC for the tax savings. That's just an add-on benefit when you're looking to either have lifetime income for income in the future to solve for inflation, or to take care of that loving spouse that has put up with your crankiness and eccentricities for so long, and you get to reward them with lifetime income using your IRA. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. That's Q&A Friday. Go to theannuityman.com for fun and frivolity, and to schedule a call, and you might get me. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? See you next week.